Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. Hi, my name is Magic Bun Bun and I am here to do a reading I've never done before. I've never done this style and I think this would be really fun. This is something new, this is something different that I want to try. So what I'm doing for this pick a card is I'm going to be giving you some options here, and I'll actually be showing you these cards beforehand, or give you the option if you want to pick just off of intuition without seeing what they look like on the other side. That's totally up to you. But the goal of this type of video was kind of inspired at first just to do a pick a card based off of the what the fuck should I read next deck I have right here. So this isn't necessarily like an oracle deck or, you know, like a tarot. It's obviously not like a tarot deck at all. All it is, let's see how many times my hat hits this before I give up on it. All it's supposed to be is just helps you pick what your next read is. But I understand that some people either don't need that help, or this may not be something that you're looking for, or maybe you want a little bit more to your reading than just, you know, inspiration for your next book. And some people may just not need help for finding your next read. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to kind of put this as a self-care video. No tarot. I didn't grab any tarot this time around. I'm new to doing this, this type of video. So what I want to do is just do some self-care. We have some stress relief and self-care cards. We have the Therapets. We have some other self-care, because you know what? Let's just go all out in this. I have two of them. Let's use both. And a daily oracle. So that's what we're getting for this reading. So each pile will get those cards, some inspiration, something so you can help and have a moment of self-care to inspire you to do this. Take that time for some self-love. And then at the end of it, I will pull a card, or two or three, depends how I'm feeling, that will have like what you can do to find your next book read. If I feel confident enough, basically, I will also insert, probably because I won't know the books offhand, so it'll be just like a little clip in there afterwards with some recommendations if I feel like I have any recommendations. Okay, so get your tea. I already have my little teacup right here. I've got my tea right here, and let's take a sippy sip. And then we'll start with the pick a card, okay? Okay, so this is the pick a card section. I have 3 cards right here. I'm going to hold them up first without telling you what's on the card. And then I'm going to do it again with showing you the image on the card, in case you would like to pick with the image that you feel drawn to, or if you don't care about the image, you want to see it revealed when you go to your pick a card, when you go to your pile, okay? So this is for card number 1. Okay, card number 1. Card number 2, and card number 3. Alright, so if you just want to go by number and intuition and hop to your reading, go to the description box below and you'll be able to see card 1, 2, and 3, and click away to go to your reading. For those who want to see the image though on it, here we have card number 1, you've got Cauldron. This is also using a book style deck right here, the Literary Witches Oracle. Found it was fitting. So card number 1, you've got Cauldron. Card number 2, you've got a skull. I keep trying to put it closer to the camera so you can see it, but just that ring light too powerful. We have skull. Card number 3, you have Moon. And yes, these names will be in the description box. I know that's a little bit of a spoiler if you were trying to go in blind, but it is what it is. That, or maybe I will decide to not do that. Maybe it's a better idea not to. I don't know. Okay, so again, go to the description box below and just jump to your reading, and I will just see you when I see you. Hello there, pile number 1. Those who picked pile number 1, or card number 1, I should say, you picked Cauldron. That, or you decided to go with Cauldron. Perfect for the season. Kind of matches for my, like, it gives, I know this is not exactly a witchy hat, but it gives me those vibes. So cauldron, witchy hat, you see how it goes. All right, so card number 1, you picked cauldron. Kind of means creativity, something brewing. So maybe that's on the mind right now. We're first going to start with at least one stress and relief. Stress relief and self-care cards. These are really good because they give you like a step-by-step guide on how to do it. So I'm at least going to pull one of these, and then we will bring in some more self-care cards. And stick to the end of your reading if you would like to have a, TBR inspiration book card drawn for you. It's new. I'm like, it's still not something I'm trying to incorporate. Like, I wasn't sure how I was going to, if I was going to at all, but I figured like this might be fun. So if you also have any recommendations when we get to that point, maybe books that you're reading or you've read that you think others might like it, who pick the same pile as you, leave the recommendations in the description box. I just realized the cards snapped, so I hope that my mic picked that up. It does not like me shuffling this deck, apparently. I just saw it spike into red. Okay, what can you do for some stress relief? Card number 1, cauldron. We have the jumping mind. Objective, to notice those jumping thoughts and calm the mind. Number 1, sit with a quiet mind and take a nice deep breath. Step 2, notice your thoughts. Are they jumping around so much that you can't relax? Are you easily distracted? Do you have trouble turning your mind off? If so, you may have something known as the jumping mind. Step 3, challenge yourself to quiet the mind. Imagine you are floating on a clear blue lake with your thoughts immersed under the water. Step 4, give yourself a moment of peace and enjoy the sense of peace for as long as you are able to. And you feel like that doesn't work, we're going to bring in more self-care, some more inspiration here. Now they're going to have multiples of these ones, at least 3. Minimally 3. Making sure my mic was in the right setting. Yeah, it doesn't mind these cards being shuffled right now. All right, we have a few cards jumping out here for you. Anything else? All right. So we have one that I feel like fits perfectly with, those to the side, with what we just read. So I'm going to actually start with that one. That's not the first one that came up. We have, but I'm going to pair it because I think with the jumpy mind, it fits perfectly. It is meditate. It is that moment of silence. Perhaps you need to bring more meditation into your life or make some time for meditation. Even if it's for 5 minutes, like you can find some guided meditation here on YouTube so that you can just start the process. You don't have to be perfect at it. It's the intent that really matters that you want to start. We also, and remember, you may not want to do all of these. You may want to. You may find time to do all of them. Don't feel pressure to do all of them. I just realized I hit the mic again with my hat. I'm not used to it. I'm so sorry. But another option then is connect with your ancestors. And by the time that this video goes live, for those of you who practice or it's part of your culture for Day of the Dead, it is a perfect time to honor those who have passed on, to leave offerings out, to safely light a candle. And this even includes pets if you would like to, but this is particularly to the ancestors. But if you have never done that before, maybe it seems kind of daunting. But you can also just leave some water, leave their favorite drink out, coffee. It doesn't have to be liquor, it can be liquor, but it could just be like leaving water, milk, tea, coffee, which, you know what, just remember, I have my tea right here, and I hit the mic again. I swear. I hope it's not actually picking up because I'm not hitting the mic. I'm hitting that part. I did one other recording. I think I accidentally touched the mic part and it sounded terrible. So I'm trying my best. There there's some sipping ASMR for you, but this tea is so good. But yeah, so some of you may want to spend some time connecting with your ancestors, or if you happen to have a tarot or oracle deck, like I've got the graveyard one, perhaps you want to do a graveyard reading. Maybe that will appeal to you. We also have aromatherapy. This is always a great one. You can use essential oils. You can just have a nice candle lit. Just do some aromatherapy, or maybe when you're taking your bath, do something that's like scented with orange. I want to say I can never say the word. People hang it in their shower all the time, and I'll have to write it out somewhere, maybe on the screen if I remember to do so. And but it's very calming, very relaxing. And we also have lavender in here, so maybe something to really keep you calm and help also with this jumping mind mentality if you feel like your thoughts are going all over the place. And then last but not least, and I feel like this may be called to some and some may not want to do that, we have spend time with friends. You may need that moment of silence, you need that moment to yourself, and maybe that's all you need, but some of you out there need to spend some time with friends, family, doing some oracle reading, just being able to talk things out, chit chat, no stress, that sort of stuff. Okay, all right, let us pick from the book. I'm going to do the daily oracle. Oh my gosh, something just jumped up on my screen. I thought I stopped the recording. Okay. But we're going to do the daily oracle. What is it that you need to hear? A lot of themes for your reading. Cauldron card number 1 is taking a pause. It says take a pause to recuperate before you do anything. And for some of you out there, meditation, doing aromatherapy by yourself, being solo is recuperating for you. For other people, it is dealing and socializing with other people. Like you just feel reinvigorated because you're getting your creativity out. You're being able to talk things through with a close group of friends, you know? So, but what you need to hear is take a pause to recuperate before you do anything to help calm this mind, okay? Maybe there will be a book recommendation in here that really calls to you as well. Okay, so we're going to finish off with this, and then we're going to bring out the TBR deck, okay? So if you're in the mood for the book one, it's coming up just in a second. But what message do you need to hear right now as well from Spirit, from the universe, from your ancestors? One more. We have this. It says, here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you, and you're actually completely delightful. I love that. Here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you, and you are actually completely delightful. One more time, just to make sure that it was clear. Okay. That was a wonderful little reading, a little message, very short, because I'm not sure quite how to structure these reading or this type of pick a pile. Obviously, let me know if you like this type of reading. But let's bring out the TBR. If you are looking for inspiration or help point you in the right direction of what book to read next, I'm going to pull out at least 2 examples. So there's 2 options there to pull from. Obviously, you can use both, or you just pick one and go with that. Is that 2 cards? Oh, these 2 cards just came out right with each other. All right, the first card is read a book that doesn't have chapter titles. I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of one right off the bat. I'd have to actually research that one. But if you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments below. Read a book that doesn't have any chapter titles. And then we have read a book that has short chapters. I feel like I did just read one of those books, but I cannot remember the name of it right here. Either I'll put, you know what, it might be easier for me to put this in the comment section so you can like see some suggestions of books down there, and then leave your own, or, you know, let me know if you read any of those books in there versus putting them in the video for right now. Maybe I'll do that in future videos if we really like this. If you would like me to put recommendations, try to find something. It'd be just nice to know from the community what type of genres. I am more of romance and horror. Those are my top two. Third would be mystery. So I would pull more from that. So I would need to know from you, what type of genres are you more into? What's something you would like to see more books from, that type of thing. Okay, but this was your reading. Please overall just let me know what you thought of this. I know it probably needs some improvements because it's the first one, and where can you see the improvement being? If you want some tarot cards, what type of reading you would like for that. But this was just all oracle. Keep it sweet, keep it simple, keep it very cozy. That type of vibe is what I was going for. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. You know, again, please comments just to let me know. I just need to know if you liked it or not, really. Yeah, I think that's about it. I've got nothing going on this week, and I will just see you when I see you. Bye. Hello, card number 2. This is for those who picked card number 2 or chose the skull. This is for the skull. This could be a transformation. Maybe you're feeling like that. Maybe it's just because of the season. When this video goes up, it will just be leaving October, so maybe you're feeling that vibe still. Still in a fall season, though. Okay. So what I'm going to start off with is one card from the Stress Relief and Self-Care. These cards are really great because they give you step-by-step to help you, versus just telling you what to do. They tell you how to also do it, okay? And then we're going to follow it up with some more self-care cards that are more optional. They're more cozy. You know, you've seen me use it a lot on this channel if you've been here. These ones. Oops, don't fall. I had another deck over there. I did not want that to spill and fall. Pile number 2, or I should say card number 2. Card number 2, skull. What is it that you need to know right now? What is stressing you out? What can help with your stress? Oh no. I will say this is kind of like a soft matte shade, so it's sometimes hard to get a card to like fly out of here. But we will get it. And we did. Okay. So we have breathing space. It says objective, mindful breathing practices. Okay, I gotta move this mic over ever so slightly. I keep hitting it with my hat, and I don't want to take my hat off if I don't have to. Okay, breathing space, objective, mindful breathing practice. Step 1. Get comfortable and close your eyes. Set aside at least 1 or 2 minutes for this exercise. Step 2. Set your timer and focus solely on your breathing. Notice how the air feels as it enters your nose and how your chest feels as it slowly expands. Step 3. Hold the breath for a moment and then slowly release it through pursed lips. Step 4, count to 1 every time you inhale and 2 every time you exhale, and keep repeating. Counting helps focus the mind. Notice how much calmer you feel after only a short mindful breathing practice. Please make sure also that it is safe for you to do breathing practices. I know that it's not for everybody, but if you are able to and you would like to participate, these are just some example. This is just an example from this deck, okay? Let us bring out some self-care cards to go along with this. Or as a different option, maybe you don't want to do that one. That's absolutely fine. What are other forms of self-care you can do? these cards are just coming right out. All right, we have 3 of them. The first one we have is sing. You want to sing? Want to sing some music that makes you feel better? This is your sign to do so. Remember, you can do a combination of these because these can just inspire you to do some other form of self-care. You don't have to do all of them if you don't want to. We have spend time with animals. If you have a fuzzy, it doesn't have to be a fuzzy creature. You know, there's some hairless options out there. But if you have an animal you want to spend some time with, to do that. Or maybe watch something, a documentary about animals that you've been interested in. There's always that option. And then we have another option of clearing your energy field. You can actually do this as a combination with singing, with at least just music. It doesn't have to be with singing, but you can have an upbeat song to help push out the negative or stagnant or inappropriate energy within your home, within your space. You don't actually have to do it like this when they're showing like a sage bundle, especially because, you know, you have to make sure you're safely burning something and using a different type of sage. Or it doesn't have to be even a sage bundle. It can just be a different type of bundle, herbal bundle. I just feel like that's probably what's in the drawing because that's the normal thing that people like to show. But yeah, so you can do it that way. You can do a smoke clearing, cleansing as well. Just make sure to be safe. Remember lighting stuff. Like, I'm always watching for my little candles on both sides here. Which, by the way, that one's called Haunted Library. I thought it was kind of perfect for today. Anyway, let's move on to a daily oracle. We're going to use a book because, again, it kind of fits the theme of everything. We're going to find a book. That's for later. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling right now. But we're going to find out what you need to know with the daily oracle. And then we're going to bring out a message with using the therapist. I had it in that order. Okay, and then we're going to end it with, you know, what should you read next if you are looking for a book recommendation. Okay, card number 2. You got gratitude is everything. Camera, I gotta work with that better. Gratitude is everything. So if you're doing a breathing exercise, if you're able to do it, you can also envision yourself breathing in that gratitude, giving that thanks, you know, and releasing it out. There's also an exercise you can do as well, just showing thanks and whatnot for your blessings that you currently have. Okay, so let's bring out these big cards and find out what it is. What's the message that you need to hear right now from the universe, from spirit, from your ancestors? Okay, these ones are always too hard to flip out. I always have to split the deck for this one. Okay. Ooh. Almost hit my keyboard. Last time I did that, it was actually during a private reading and it stopped the recording, and thankfully I had caught it before I kept the reading going. Almost had that happen. Okay, so we have for you, for your therapet, we have this one. Life will always bend you, but trust me, you are too strong to break. You feel like you're going through a hard time, because this is how you can also, when you feel like life is going to be very hard, it's trying to bend you, you know, you won't break. It's when you kind of look at things you're grateful for in your life. That could always be something that helps you, okay? All right, so that is the self-care portion. I'm going to end it with two options from the What You Should Read Next deck. I think I'm going to keep it for this video in particular. If I find any options or want to put examples of books that fit whatever are on these cards, I'm going to put it in the comments or the description box. Most likely in the comment section. So look there, see if I put anything in there. I think for future videos, maybe I will have the time, allocated so that I can put in following, like here, I took a moment and found some options that you might be interested in. But I really do need to know first from the community standpoint, what type of options. Like, I love romance and horror are my main two genres I like to read. Third being mystery. Not everyone's going to be into those type of genres, so I need to know, like, you know, before I recommend any books, or just like from findings that I see, the people that really love certain books out there, what genres maybe you're more inclined to lean towards. Oh, we have our first option, and we have our second option. Okay. Also, if you have anything that's on here, like, as an option, you can put that in the comment section as well to help other people out who may be also interested. All right, so option 1 for you, card number 2, or the skull, is you have read a book that is popular on Book Talk. This is either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it type of vibes, because I have read books that have been popular on Book Talk, and I've hated it. I've also read some that actually were deserving of the hype. I don't want to talk about the books that I did not like right in here right now, and I will definitely have to put some comments because I think this is going to be a fun one right here. Now this one, I guess it also depends if you have a Kindle book. You have to look through the printed section for this one, because this option here says read a book that has an odd number of pages. You gotta look through your bookshelf for this one, or your library book, or your Kindle books. So that could be a lot of different options, but hopefully it points you to the direction of, like, when you're like, maybe this book, oh, not has an even number, like, not that one. Move on to the next one. Okay, this is a very interesting deck for these options right here. All right, again, please let me know what you think of this or what I can do to improve it. It's kind of a little, I know it's not the best right now because it's the first time I'm doing a video like this. I know I can make improvements, I can make it better, but let me know what you think of this setup so far. I think that's about it. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Otherwise, just drop me a comment on what you're reading now, what you plan to read, if you're going to use these or not. That's absolutely fine. If you have any recommendations that fall in line with either one of these, and what you would like to see next, okay? I will see you when I see you. Bye. Hello, card number 3, or for those of you who chose the moon. Okay, you chose the moon, something mysterious, something unknown and untamed, something wild. Yes, we're all thinking about the Wild Unknown tarot deck. I know it now. Okay. Anyways, let us start with your reading. We're going to be starting with one stress relief and self-care card. This is a really great deck because it shows you what your objective is and steps in order to get it done. So not just what, but how. All right. What do you need to know for stress relief and self-care? Remember, this can also just be inspiration. You don't have to do this. This is just to help with, you know, the self-care aspect. We're going to follow it up with the normal deck I use for self-care cards for either more inspirations or other options and combinations and whatnot. Okay, these ones kind of have a hard time sometimes with cards wanting to pop out of here, but we'll see what we can do. Yep. Sometimes I have to split the deck for this one. Or not. There we go. Second time around, we got it. Alright, let me put these aside. Somewhere, anywhere. There we go. What you have is the mirror exercise. So I'm going to read what the steps are for this. Your objective, meeting yourself for the first time. Step 1, stand in front of a mirror. Bring a big smile to your face. Step 2, ask yourself how you would perceive yourself if you met yourself on the street. Step 3, notice your positive qualities. Do you come across as kind and compassionate or something else? Step 4, change anything you don't like and ask yourself what you can do to feel better about yourself if anything negative comes up. This is a very intense exercise. I feel like that. So if that seems too intense for you, or you're not ready for something like that, let us bring in, hold on, I'm trying to pick them all up. Here we go. Some more self-care cards, some more options. What other self-care activities can card number 3, those who pick the moon, what can they do? I'm not sure actually I can show that on YouTube, now that I think about it. I'm gonna have to say it, but I can't really show it, and I also don't even know if I can say it. Something like, I guess, I don't know, crude would be the right answer. It's pleasure. Let's just put it that way. Alright, we've got 3 options for you. The first one, which I don't think YouTube will like me showing it, it's not very provocative. It's a drawing, but you know how they get. So there's a flash of it. So it's a booty. There's a booty there. So seeking pleasure. This is bodily pleasure. This could also be, because we've seen this mirror exercise, find parts of your body that you really like and you want to give more pleasure to. Okay, no shame in that. I'm not even monetized, but I'm just trying to like get in the habit of it, or just trying to be somewhat cautious. I don't know where I could be or whatnot so far, so I'm just staying on the cautious side. Whatever. Another option is make an altar. Make an altar, leave some offerings. This can also be perfect. So when this video goes live, if you, as part of your culture, or you know about it, Day of the Dead, you just want to honor your ancestors, is just giving honor and thanks to those who've passed on. You know, maybe you want to light a candle, but this could also mean a spiritual altar. Maybe you need to check in spiritually and just leave something to your own personal deities, your own ancestors, anything that you would do for them normally. Maybe this is just a hint. Maybe you want to take care of that. And then we have build strength. Now with build strength, this definitely can relate to, you know, the mirror experience, in the sense of some of us may be looking in the mirror and may not like what you see. That might not be it. You are beautiful, and you know yourself better than I ever will, that anyone else here, so no one's gonna make any comments and such about that. And this also doesn't have to be building physical strength, because we see a third eye being open right here. This could be you wanting to build mental strength. This could be wanting to incorporate more affirmations into your life, wanting to fight away negative thoughts as best as you can, while you can do it yourself, unless you feel like you need to find a coach, like a or some professional help, you know, and bring them in to help you out. So very intense in this sort of reading, but you know, building strength doesn't necessarily mean physical strength. It could be something that's what you want to do, absolutely cool and fine. And this could also just mean also wanting to build psychic strength. You want to learn more about psychic abilities, intuitive abilities. Remember, you did pick, or you were in the car with the moon, card with the moon. Thought I said car for a second, and I hit this again, even though I moved it. But we have the moon there, which is psychic abilities, intuition, right? So you maybe want to be more in time with that. Also, when I see that pleasure card right there, that schmexy card right there, this is like having a wild time, having a safe though, wild time. Might be in tune for some of you out there. Okay. Again, remember, you don't have to do all of those. You just could do a combination. You can do none of them. They can inspire you to do something else. Take what you will, leave what you don't want, okay? Not for this style reading, you know? What do I want to do next? Oh, Daily Oracle. That's why I was looking for it over there. I had it over here. We're going to pull you what you need to hear right now from the Daily Oracle, because it is a book, and I felt like it matched the theme of this style of reading, since we're going to be bringing out the TBR deck at the end, who are making their first appearance on my channel as being used for something. I know I did another video where I showed you them, but this is them actually being used, which I think is very exciting. Okay, so for you, you got this message. Your passion will get you everywhere. Something that you're willing to fight for. Something that you're willing to put up a fight for and defend. It is your passion. Your passion will get you everywhere. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the Therapets. We're going to bring in this. And after this, we're going to bring in 2 options using this deck here. Card number 3. What message do you hear right now from the universe, from your ancestors, from your divine spiritual team? What do you need to hear right now? This one I have to split because this is too large of a deck for me to try to have anything flip out of it. It just won't work. Okay, you got this one. It holds like a little sunrise or sunset potentially. It says, "You are not a burden. We are lucky to have you." If you're like, what do you mean by sunset? I'm saying down here by the tail. It looks like the sun coming out from the tail right there. But it says, "You are not a burden. We are lucky to have you." This gives me that vibe right there of like you're fighting those negative thoughts. If you ever think that you're a burden to others, this is what you're trying to build your strength, and you're also trying to fight these because you know deep down that it's not true. Maybe something you have to say to yourself in the mirror. Okay? All right, let's get to the fun. Well, the other fun part. Now, with this, I'm going to give 2 options. And then I think in future videos, I'll have more time allotted to recording maybe some recommendations I can think of. I would have to research it. I don't really know books off the top of my head. I know I read a lot, but sometimes drawing the names, nothing. Couldn't tell you the authors. Nothing. That sort of stuff. So instead, I would... Sorry, just thought I was muted for like off of OBS. I was like, oh my gosh, no. Anyway, so sorry. But for now, I'm going to put in the comment section if I think of any recommendations for you. I'll put like card number 3 and then some recommendations. If you have any recommendations that you would like to share that fit whatever we get from this, please put it down there. Also, it's kind of hard for me a little bit to do recommendations unless you like the type of books that I read. I would have to also recommend books that I just see that are popular or that I can see other people really, really love it. Like the reviews are really good. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be great, but you know, if the reviews are there and are mostly positive, it could be something to recommend. Especially if it's from my TBR list, not from what I've read, my TBR. Because, you know, I like romance and horror are my main 2 genres, third being mystery. So those are the books I read the most of. I do read books outside of those, but those are the ones I read the most or I look for the most. So if you don't like those genres, anything I recommend may not really vibe with you, maybe unless you're willing to try it out. So if you know what genres you're into and you want me to like look more into those style books, let me know. Okay, this one seems pretty easy. This first one right here. So option number 1 is you have read a book that came out this year. There's a lot of good books that came out this year. There's a lot. Again, this is more genre related. So what genre would you be looking into for this? Read a book came out this year. I'm trying to think. See, I would have to go back and double check. I want to say some books right now that I think came out this year that I know I pulled from the library like right away, but I'm like not 100% certain. So I can't give the recommendation right here. I'd have to follow it up with another like little clip and add it into here, but I think it's just safer for me to put in the comments for now. 2, option number 2 is read a book that doesn't have a picture on the cover. My question for this that doesn't have a picture, if you know when you get like a book, like a hardcover book, and you can, oh my gosh, take the flap off of it, the cover on it, and it's usually solid, no picture. Does that count, or does that count as cheating? Is that cheating? I know there's no real rules here, but do you think that counts as cheating? If you take that off, then there's the cover. So usually underneath those, it's just a solid color, maybe with just like the name of the book on it, and that's it. And on the spine, there's no pictures. Does that count as cheating if you take that off? I don't know. But again, like I said, I can't think of that right off the top of my head. But if you do, if a book came to your mind right away with any of those recommendations, please put it in the comments, join the community, talk about it. I do have a book Discord community too. I can also start sharing that information if you're interested. But that's all I have for you for, you know, those who picked the moon, picked card number 3. Thank you so much for being here. I know this video was kind of like not perfect. It is the first time I'm doing this style of video. I hope to improve it. I hope to keep this type of like pick a card occasionally, like every other, because I do like to do them for the full and new moons. But if there's anything you would like to see, if there's anything you see that can use improvement, you know, nice criticism is more than welcomed, versus just saying you disliked it. Like, I need more information than that. Please make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All that good YouTubing stuff. And that's all I have for you today. I will see you when I see you. Hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Bye.